I'm Dr. Yvonne KASON, the president of Spiritual Awakenings International. Welcome to our speaker spotlight. I'm absolutely delighted that our speakers today are going to be Kirsty Salisbury, Dr. Brian Sackett, and Tamara Caulder Richardson. They are all going to be speakers at our upcoming Spiritual Awakenings International Conference online Saturday, June 11th and Sunday, June 12th, 2022. They are all going to be speaking on Saturday on our Childhood STE Experiencers panel. Kirsty Salisbury is a New Zealand-based life coach and end-of-life doula. She had a near-death experience at age 12 that changed her life. She's the host of the popular Let's Talk Near-Death podcast, and she's passionate about widening the conversation around death and the afterlife. She's the author of 2 books, her latest, Dying Well, An Approachable Guide to Death. Let's welcome Kirsty Salisbury from New Zealand.
Kia ora. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. I'm so excited about the conference that's coming up. It's going to be the most amazing weekend, and I'm so excited to be a part of that. And yes, I had a near-death experience when I was 12 years old. So I won't give you the full details now because it would be great to tune in and hear a little bit more about that at the conference. But I was 12 years old. I was on an operating table at the time, having brain surgery. It was a bit touch and go, and I had this most amazing experience. So I'm going to be sharing a bit about that experience. Being 12 years old, I'm also going to share about how this experience impacted me at such a young age, how it launched me into this quest for trying to understand life and death, understanding why we're here, what life is like on a spiritual level. It really just triggered so many things for me in a positive way as well, to search for meaning and to understand what my place was, what purpose is about, and all of these beautiful spiritual things that came with this experience. So I'm going to be talking about that. I'll talk a little bit about what it was like physically, because having the brain surgery left me with some physical, I don't want to say issues, but things that I had to work through. So I'll be chatting about that, talking about how it impacts a 12-year-old to have such a significant event take place. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so excited to be part of this, and I can't wait to share a little bit more of my story, my experience, and the things that I've learned through this time.
Wow, that sounds really intriguing. Now, Dr. Brian Sackett will also be presenting on our Childhood STE Experiencers panel. Brian has had multiple spiritually transformative experiences, including a near-death experience when 3 years old, falling out of a moving car. Brian now has a PhD in transpersonal psychology from the Institute for Transpersonal Psychology, and he's a psychologist previously in private practice in San Jose, California, and is recently a Toronto, Canada resident. Brian also serves on the board of Spiritual Awakenings International. Let's welcome Brian Sackett.
Thanks, Yvonne. I also am really looking forward to participating in this conference and sharing time with you. I'm going to be talking about falling out of this car that was going 60 miles an hour, and both the physical and the emotional effects of that. PMH Atwater, who's I think the preeminent childhood near-death experience researcher, says that it can take as many as 30 to 40 years to begin to fully understand and assimilate and integrate these kinds of experiences. And that's what I'm going to talk about from my personal experience. It became like a mystery, a detective adventure to unravel what had happened. And I had to be very persistent. I had to get my parents much later in their lives to go back through and talk about this. And so the traumatic parts of this had an effect on me that I didn't understand for many, many years. And getting to the bottom of what happened and then seeing how it had shaped me and affected me through my life is what I'm going to be talking about. And I'm doing that in the hopes that it will help many of you who may have had some challenges in your own spiritual awakenings to better go through that. So again, I'm looking forward to being with you, and I'll see you then.
Wow, that sounds really interesting, Brian. Tamara Caulder Richardson will also be presenting on our Childhood STE Experiencers panel. Tamara is an international evidential medium known as the Southern Belle Medium. She has had multiple STEs and 6 near-death experiences since childhood. She has a Cherokee heritage and was born in North Carolina with the gift of sight. She is a follower of Jesus. She saw him in her near-death experiences and spent 3 days with him in heaven while in a coma. She's now a Christ channeler. Tamara is the host of the very popular YouTube channel show, Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience and Other Phenomena. Let's welcome Tamara Caulder Richardson.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. KASON. What a beautiful introduction. And I tell you what, I am so excited to be a part of this year's conference for Spiritual Awakenings International. It is really top quality speakers, and I'm excited about this childhood spiritually transformative experience panel with the other 2. So a little bit about this year, what I would like to offer with the childhood in STEs and NDEs is I have had 5 of my near-death experiences in childhood, and I will briefly touch on that. But one of the things that I never talk about is my spiritually transformative experiences in childhood. It was common for me to experience, especially between the nighttime hours of 12 to 4 a.m. in the morning, where it became a spiritual circus. I would see orbs. Many, I believe them to be spirit and angels. I would see angels. I would have spirit people come in my room and have whole conversations. They were very friendly, but not what you wanted to hear when you're trying to get up for school. So I'm going to go into some of these, as well as astral travel, including also knowing and seeing and feeling. I was touched by spirit, and also my communication when it started with Christ. And what I think is really important here is I moved from fear and confusion to seeing what a beautiful magical journey that it has been and turning it into love. And I'm hoping that those that hear my presentation will be able to identify with their own if they have had them. Most have. It's becoming more common, STEs, and to be able to understand that they are not alone, and that hopefully my story and my life as a role model can be able to say, it's okay. It's okay if you have a story too, because we are spirit, life continues, and what a magical journey this has been so far.
Wow, Tamara, that sounds fascinating. We can't wait. So join us, won't you, for Spiritual Awakenings International Conference 2022, which will be Saturday, June 11th and Sunday, June 12th online. And Tamara Caulder Richardson and Dr. Brian Sackett and Kirsty Salisbury will be speaking on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and in New Zealand, it will be Sunday at 8:30 a.m. But in order to attend, you do have to register. It's free. Register at our website, which is spiritualawakeningsinternational.org. We hope to see you there. Bye now.